And we're back, with a little sidestep out of the darkness, sort of, to decipher and decode some of Kanye's most controversial cryptic tweets.
Aiden, why is it such an issue for me to express myself on my Twitter? And you're telling people that I need to be detained and shit like that. Like, I talk exactly like people talk online, except for I'm a celebrity. Because I don't have to worry about getting dropped. The final get dropped was Shopify. I put up this and they took their backing away. But you'll play stuff with people killing each other and doing drugs and all this like destructive behavior all day. That's why I'm pressing y'all so much.
We know he's said an awful lot of outrageous things over the years, and absolutely seems to be completely unhinged at times.
The most racist thing a person could tell me is that I'm supposed to choose something based on my race. If that was the case, I wouldn't have never wore a pink polo. I wouldn't have never wear skinny jeans. Everywhere I go, people pants smaller than mine. And I'm the one who, you eat fish sticks because I have skinny jeans on.
But between all of the crazy nonsense, there's sometimes some hidden gems of truth. In the most recent slew of tweets, he shocked many when he made claims about Madonna, Taylor Swift, and Ashley Olsen, which is what many people focused on.
Yeah, you're gonna look back in 10 years and be like, yo, remember the photo booth with this man?
But what stood out to me the most was his post that seemed to be speaking about the late Chester Bennington, former frontman of Linkin Park, in relation to his claims that his kids are being exploited, saying that they killed that boy from Linkin Park for this, but I'm not letting my children be in this anymore. After having made suggestions that he was going to be seeking sole custody. He'd also made reference to a clip from the Kardashian reality show, in which it seems his son had found something explicit of Kim that was shared on Roblox.
Who made that? Where is it? Let me see. Click on it. Oh, hold on. Chloe, look at this. What? Let me see.
I could put a pillow in the chair.
Chloe, come here. I feel like you're the only one that would understand.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not sure what this means. This is a character in Roblox, what it says. What? I know, that's why I said.
That's not my person. That's a game.
Oh, it's a game? Yeah. Oh, well then we're suing them if it's a game with my name and picture. There was a picture of my cry face, and then I looked at it, and it said something super inappropriate, like Kim's new sex tape. No, it's an inappropriate thing that popped up on his Roblox about me. That says they're leaking something that someone said. This is supposed to be unreleased footage from my old sex tape. The last thing that I want as a mom is for my past to be brought up 20 years later, especially when it's this big party and my whole family's here. This is some real embarrassing shit, and I need to deal with it. And I will deal with it. I just cannot believe this is happening right now.
Still not sure why anyone's letting their kids play that game. From my understanding, it's a predator's playground. And if this kind of material is being posted, what else are kids being exposed to without their parents' knowledge?
Any of my 4 black children on y'all shit without talking to me, y'all gonna definitely hear from me. So either talk to me in the beginning and get my permission from my kids, or y'all gonna hear from me forever until you make it right. Now, Twiz, you gotta make it right. That beat was corny. OG Volta, that beat was corny. The song was corny. The video was corny. And it ain't going nowhere.
This isn't the first time Kanye has had what's been referred to as a meltdown. Several years ago, he made a big stink about a disturbing Balenciaga campaign, and Kim's relationship with the company.
You may know Balenciaga. It's a huge brand. Kim Kardashian is one of the faces of it. In fact, if you go to her profile right now, she has dripped herself in their new campaign. Balenciaga and Adidas are teaming up. They want nothing to do with Ye. Neither does she. Perfect brands for all of them to unite and to sell some products.
They're the latest ad for the clothing brand Balenciaga. This was just uploaded on Instagram. The photo shoot they're using to sell their products features this image. It shows several documents. Most of them aren't visible, but what you can see when you zoom in, and of course the point is that you see it, is a reference to a U.S. Supreme Court case called Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition. That case struck down a law against kitty.
So here's what happened with Balenciaga. Balenciaga recently released their ad for their next campaign, okay? In the ad, they have very young children. You can go to their website and they probably have already taken it down. Then they shot another photo from the campaign, and the same exact campaign, and there is a Balenciaga purse, and under the purse, there's a lot of papers. When you zoom in to the papers, what you will see is it is a Supreme Court decision. You now have Balenciaga, one of the loudest brands in the world, biggest brands in the world, loudest brands in the world, with a fleet of A-list celebrities, okay, that stand behind them. This is the same Balenciaga that just dropped Ye.
I think people just try to score points, you know what I'm saying? Like, Maverick Carter had me go on a show just to say we took him off the show. Then I go on Drink Champs, then they take it down. The day when I was taken off the Balenciaga site, that was one of the most freeing days, you know? We're about making product that's $20, the best design in the world. And that's the reason why we have brought the head designer from Balenciaga, Demna, who's a great designer. That's why I brought him to the Gap in the first place, but they didn't allow that to happen. And that's why I had to get up out of those big corporations so I could get directly to the people. And I want to talk about the Jewish comment. It's actually proven the exact point that I made. So many actors been bullied behind the scenes. So you even got people like Ari Emanuel asking people to not do business with me. That's how this town has been running for so long. They'll mute you. They'll try to mute you at all costs. This is the thing. They never expected someone to have the platform. It's not that anyone's afraid. They're afraid of us not being afraid anymore. And we're not afraid anymore. They can't use all the tactics. I'm talking about my life was threatened to have a political opinion. If I ever went anywhere, we'd know why. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. So I know God has a plan for us. We fighting that in flesh and blood. This is a spiritual warfare at this point.
Because Tucker Carlson did a segment on this and drummed up a response to this, they have now issued a statement saying that they should have never featured the children in the campaign. That's it. Kim Kardashian, girl, I just know you are going to find that same energy that you found, that you and your sister Chloe found to write a tweet against your husband, that you are going to find that same energy, that same exact effing energy to stand up and to condemn Balenciaga. Because, girl, we know that you are desperate for fame. So I know you are just looking for the right words, and that your silence and your recent posts dripped in that exact same campaign is really you just sitting back trying to find the effing right words to say that you will have nothing to do with this brand. Use that same energy, Kimmy, and put up a post and be done with Balenciaga. And then re-examine what it is that your ex-husband has been saying about what he believes his children are being exposed to.
This led to many different rants that made the public believe he was delusional and had resulted in him being put on a psychiatric hold.
Emergency, Departamento de Policía,
PD, hold on, sir. Sir, PD, this is number 97. I have you're his doctor, sir, is that correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'm actually one of his doctors. I'm just calling for myself on a request if we can have some police backup, because I don't think the paramedics,
Are you there now with him? So let me
if you can bring both, yes, I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized. So I wouldn't just do the police by itself. I think he needs to.
Okay, what is the medical condition he's having, sir?
Weapons involved or in the area? No other weapons. No. And you're his doctor or therapist? Yeah, correct, doctor.
Yeah, I'm 868. I'm number 97.
No, he doesn't want that. You guys are responding.
Peter, we're going to go ahead and respond and stand by for you.
All right, 652, and it's going to be 2447.
Six,
Yeah, and as I said, I
6-8 PD on them, and I'm 9-7. They're both stand by for either clearance.
Okay, we'll do, sir. Okay, sir, if you can just keep an eye on them, just try not to obviously here with don't let him get any weapons or anything like that. If anything changes, if he does become physically combative between now and when the police and/or paramedics get their calls back immediately at 911.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, FJ.
Thank you. Bye.
Initiated by this doctor and a man named Harley Pasternak, a celebrity trainer who works with A-listers like Kim K, Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, etc. This was after he went off script and had what was referred to as a stream of consciousness, which I found to be a particularly interesting way of wording it. This kind of suggests performers lack personal consciousness when in performance mode. I'm going to play you some snippets from the near 20-minute rant.
Facebook lied to you. Radio lied to you. Radio, fuck you. I know it's a lot of real niggas working at radio. Real people. Real program directors with wives and kids that love music, that can't play what they want to play because they've been paid to play that bullshit over and over and over. And when I say that bullshit, I don't mean. What I'm saying is, we love Drake. Drake is great. He is a great artist. But Frank Ocean is great too. But you know who the greatest of all of us? Who do y'all think? No? Kid motherfucking Cudi. Radio, fuck you! Oh yeah, I'm on my Trump shit tonight. Radio, fuck you! Not fuck the people that work in radio. Cause these is real people that gotta feed their kids. And they not being allowed to play that real shit. Cause they think that in order to feed their kids, they gotta play the same shit over and over and over. I was raised by KRS-One. I was raised by Tribe Called Quest. I was raised by DMX. The last real nigga alive? No, nigga. It's still real niggas alive. We alive tonight, bro. We alive tonight, bro. Virgil Abloh is alive tonight, bro. ASAP Nas is alive tonight, bro. Bowie is alive tonight, bro. Ian Carling is alive tonight, bro. Rocky alive tonight, bro. Hey, y'all on my show, when I say these names, y'all better scream for me. I don't give a fuck if you know the names of that. Go ahead, Google them. They will give you a little bit of factual information. They will give you that. Why did I name ASAP? And that's the future. That's the niggas that got me and Cudi. This shit alive, bro. It's life. We got 100 years out here. 100 years on this planet, bro. And we can have a utopia. We can love each other. But the rules gotta be fair. Khaled and Drake and radio and Doc and 92.3 and everybody. Is it just me? Or did you hear that song so many times you say you wanna pay it for free? Hey, give me hey, you know what it is though? Cause hey, I love Drake, I love Khaled, but they set that song up, bro. And let me tell you something. MTV, fuck you. Once again, as always, I'm on my Trump shit tonight. Khaled, I love you. I know you got killers in Miami. Please do not send them at my head. I just want to have a conversation about how he's playing radio's game. Khaled, you a real nigga. Khaled, you a real nigga. You got the keys. But as we learn, all the politics that niggas was doing for years, Obama couldn't make America great because he couldn't be him to be who he was. so I wouldn't run on stage. Hey, bro, y'all ain't gotta fuck with me, but you know I got the vision, and you know I'ma keep it real with you.
Kanye is just literally speaking to the people more directly and honestly than most artists of our time. I can't really think of any other musicians that spoke out like this. Well, not any that made it out alive anyways. Soon you can see that either by impatience or the literal society-programmed hive mind kicking in, but suddenly the crowd changes and turns against him. It was a moment of music history in the making, but some people can't handle the change of program, a glitch in the expected routine. You try to force them to think and listen to critical thought, and the messenger becomes the enemy.
I am putting my career, my life, my public well-standing at risk when I talk to y'all like this. This is the moment in the matrix, bro. The vibes is back. The vibes is back. Motherfuckers might feel a way about this tonight. Beyonce, I was hurt. Cause I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me and over how I played. In my opinion, now don't try to diss Beyonce. She is great. Taylor Swift is great. We are all great people. We are all equal. But sometimes we be playing the politics too much and forgetting who we are. Just to win. Fuck winning. Fuck looking cool. Fuck looking cool. Fuck being cool. Fuck all that, bruh. I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sent here to give y'all the truth. Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them out my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man. I'm not trying to be the man. I just am a man. The same as everybody here. I ain't above, below, none of y'all. We all equal. We all equal. These is the vibes, bro. This is the future. This is the way of thinking to make America great again. Like that. Guess what? Guess what? Y'all need the vibes. I was hurt. Feelings matter, bro. The way motherfuckers put money up so high. Popularity. Radio spins. Feelings matter, bro. Feelings matter, bro. It's a new world, Hillary Clinton. It's a new world. Feelings matter. Because guess what? Everybody in middle America felt the way. And they showed you how they felt. Feelings matter, bro. It's a new world. It's a new world, Barack. It's a new world, Jay-Z. Hey, don't send killers out my hair, bro. This ain't the Malcolm X movie. We growing from that moment. Let Ye be Ye. Oh, wait a second. Do y'all agree with that? Let Ye be Ye. Wait a second. I ain't hearing no screams on that. Let Ye be Ye.
When Kanye was released, he exposed some of the texts he was sent by Harley that made him sound a lot more like a handler than any sort of trainer.
Right, so let me read these Harley texts. This is how he was spreading. This is a trainer, but Come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalize again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me to force me to go and like apologize, right? You think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house right now? My kids go to Sierra Canyon. It's a Jewish school that doesn't teach Christianity to these Christian kids. At Christmas time, they're teaching Kwanzaa to black kids. They say, hey, this is your Christmas. This is all indoctrination. This is all mind control. You gotta understand, like I don't believe I'm putting myself at risk because I think God uses me for a time like this. He put me in this situation and had y'all follow me from George Bush Don't Care to Beyonce Had the Best Video to now. For some reason, y'all are interested. 2 Chainz said, why sell belt buckle? Well, y'all niggas shoulders looking. Like, y'all are interested for some reason. And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015. But every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
But they can't scare you. They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They could control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. Exactly. It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you. But the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody. Right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood. A lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
Internet sleuths were able to find this clip where Harley admits to having experience with and access to substance the general public does not, which left us with more questions than answers.
Lucky enough to have him as my graduate advisor, and the area that I was interested in was how drugs and food affect muscular performance. And
or when you say drugs, are that like performance enhancing drugs, or are they
all kinds of drugs?
Oh, right. Okay.
So working for the military, I wasn't governed by the same laws that the typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not everyday things. So we looked at a drug called modafinil, which was for narcoleptics. So if you give a soldier this drug, how long could they stay awake for without having any health detriment?
Is that used now as one of these brain drugs? I've heard the name before somewhere.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Modafinil, it will keep you awake, but it's not a stimulant.
Really?
So if a special forces person has to stay awake for 3 nights waiting for the right opportunity to do whatever they have to do, we could give them modafinil and it would keep them alert. I did research on a drug called acetazolamide, which is for use at high altitude so you don't get altitude sickness.
Harley also happens to have been connected to a handful of suspicious and untimely celebrity deaths, including Mac Miller and Brittany Murphy. Aaron Carter's very last tweet was in response to these leaked texts, requesting he and Kanye talk man-to-man. Less than 2 days later, Aaron was no longer with us, and many still believe the circumstances surrounding his passing were very suspicious. Now that we know more about what was allegedly going on at some of these star-studded parties and events, it gives us a lot more insight about what some of these child stars were being exposed to.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look, would you
get the drink on his head?
And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
You put the drink on his head.
There you go. There it is.
The MSM has continued to make a spectacle of these supposed celebrity breakdowns, rather than allowing us to see the bigger picture.
I want to talk about like the Kanye West breakdown thing, is like MKO breaking down and like how he was waking up and they try to like put his ass back to sleep. You know, because you guys think like celebrities are like, oh, I want to be rich, famous, but like, do you have no idea that when you sign up for that shit, you're more of a slave than normal people? Because normal people can still do shit. They're, you know, the only boss you have is like your boss at work. But like celebrities, like they have an illusion like they're all free and stuff, have all this money, but like literally they can't do shit. That's why they have like star whackers, because when you get out of line, like they'll whack your ass, you know, because like they're providing you so much money and fame and all this shit that you're literally, you gotta do what they tell you to do. And if you step out of line like Kanye West, like how he mind control was breaking down, he was waking up out of his like slave out of the puppet slave breeding that he's been through or whatever, like all the celebrities, like how I woke up a while back and I was like making YouTube videos like this, talking about all this, you know, the establishment, all that shit. Yeah, and then like they try to like star whack my ass, but like I came back as a goddess, so joke's on you. But yeah, that's basically like, yeah, I guess I could talk more about it later, but since I'm already kind of talking about it, I might as well just keep talking about it, huh? Yeah, so, like, if they're paying you that much money, like, you gotta do what they tell you, you know what I mean? Like, you have a little bit of freedom for artistic freedom, if that, but then when you step out of line with the political stuff and, like, you start waking up and they see that, oh, shit, they're coming to whack your ass, knock you over, like, pump you up with some pills and, like, reprogram your brain, because it's like, oh, shit, his culture's breaking down, he's starting to speak the truth, and he has like a huge following, so they don't want someone like Kanye to, like, with that much influence, to start waking up the masses, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can talk about this shit because I'm not in that world anymore. I don't have any contracts. I'm not obligated to do shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm free, and I left that world for a reason, so, like, you know, I don't have paparazzis harassing me right now on the street with me and my daughter, like, you know, so life is really good for me. I love it, and like I feel bad for him now because, like, you know, I can relate to him a lot, like, because that happened to me. Anyway, so like basically he got whacked too because his mind control was breaking down and he was waking up and speaking the truth, because when you wake up and you speak the truth, and you see it, like, you know, and they don't want him to influence the masses, you know, and so they're probably gonna reprogram his ass, and, like, you know, he's not suffering any, I'm pretty sure he's not suffering any mental psychosis breakdown or whatever, because that's what they did to me a long time ago, talking about, like, making me look crazy, like, you know, but actually I was just waking up from the Zog machine, you know. They're dirty out there, so it's like the mob, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, enough about that. You know, a shout out to Kanye. You know, I go at him hard, but, you know, since he's trying to go anti-establishment, like, I'm gonna show him a little bit of support, because there's not many of us.
The cousin thing happens only one time because it was so hard, pause, no homo, what the fuck you want to say, to really express that. I talked to him about that, him and the whole team at the office and shit in front of the big screen. So I sat down with Dave, I was like, man, this is what happened. And I love to just share the story because I felt so, I was traumatized by it because it wasn't like something, you a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just do what you see. And then you're told that it's wrong afterwards. And then you're told it's wrong, and then you're made to be embarrassed about what you did.
It's all finally come to a head, with Kanye revealing that when he and his cousin were kids, they were exposed to all kinds of explicit material, and had acted out on each other until their early teens. This was met with a lot of people making jokes and further shaming him, when it obviously took a lot of courage to stand up and speak on it.
Okay, you don't know about this song. It's a song where I said I gave my cousin head. It's like a really crazy thing. Like no rapper never did nothing like this. Happened like 4 days ago. And it's like, it's something that happened to me as a child. People place the idea of trauma on me. Why do I gotta say it's a trauma? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's your trauma. That's what makes it a trauma. Like when people want me to come to this retreat and shit. Not this retreat, but a retreat. When people act like, say you're going crazy, it makes you go crazier. And then people start gaslighting, and then they get so focused on helping you that all of this real shit that you're saying goes out the window.
In many ways, he's taking his power back, making sure there's one less thing making him vulnerable, or that could be used as blackmail and or humiliate him with. He's also helping end the stigma surrounding complex childhood wounds, and helping to normalize more open and supportive discussions about trauma.
And I was like, yo, we got to stream because it is a stream of consciousness. Right. It's the truth will set you free. It's the only way that we get there. So I want to talk about how God protected me, or how he's protected me with this crazy stigma. And I want to talk about how Harley, look it up, is part of MK Ultra, and he's a celebrity trainer. He trains Jay-Z, Pusha, like different people. Like Twigs was actually in the parking lot the day when I went to the hospital. So she saw me inside of the breakdown. And then she later told me how her mom was bipolar. And because her mom would stay up for days and take her to rehearsals, that's part of the reason why she made it. So when Twigs did the video, all this, and never said like, hey, what's Ye's opinion of this treatment? We got to make sure that Dad Ye, the father of Northwest, sees this. The father of this music shit, the number one living of all time, of this whole music shit. I mean, with you obviously coming like in the lineage and shit, but I knew it. I was just like, man, is it Trav? Is it Cardi? Is it Nas? I used to, like, I used to say shit. This ain't no cap. This ain't no cap.
And look, he thought I was Anakin for a little bit, and that's no cap.
And I was seeing who Anakin's are. So what I'm saying is, this Harley, I'm jogging with him, say, yo, he says we're in World War III already. I said, what do you mean? He said, we're in a digital war. This is the war. Mm-hmm. The TikTok, Instagram, influence. That's the reason why I broke everything. Scooter Braun. And what happened to all the horses on the stable? All this, we start like this, because we can't, you don't know. It's like this 4D chess, this mind manipulation. People say it's just words, but playing with your money, your livelihood. They're like aggregating who you're dating. They'll be talking to your wife. Like I remember them scheming. It was a person that worked with me. I'm not going to say that person's name because this is really my boy. He got pulled into these like scams, but I say Scooter because everyone knows how Scooter get down. And I like Jewish people a lot. That was part of their like text. But like, so he had this thing where Scooter was doing this deal where I'm forgetting the name, but had some knitwear factory in China. So they're like, oh, we're gonna figure out a way to take over the Yeezys because we make the knits for the 350s. Mm-hmm. We're gonna come to Ye and offer him $200 million for 20% of Yeezy. And I wanted to do it because I wanted to gain some kind of footing in that household because my wife at the time, like Kim, would just be always telling me how I'm not good with money and telling me this, or just doing anything really just to get like this kind of footing over me. They're like, well, I wasn't the man of the house. Yeah, so she's doing that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell, right? I'm going to take a rib. I'm going to sell. I'm going to go bite the fucking apple with Scooter Braun and give fucking Scooter Braun a piece of Yeezy right now. Can you look, like, the reason why I'm a multi-billionaire is because of Yeezy. Scooter would have had a piece of that. You know, and I would have did it because he would have got to my wife, and my wife is in my ear. So that's a tactic that people use. That's why when people be married and people will come to your wife to try to get you to fucking change what you're doing and change how you're acting. So I really was going to like literally sell Scooter 20% of Yeezy just to make him shut the fuck up, just so I could what? Raise my kids. Even then I wasn't fucking raising the kids. Chris and Hulu and motherfucking Disney, they've been raised. They was raising the kids before they was in her.
Now I kind of feel like that what's that movie? The Disney who they say he crazy?
Oh, Orlando Brown?
I feel like he be saying some shit for real because he was really going through that Disney shit. So when you be saying that about North, I'm like, oh, he's trying to avoid that happening.
Right.
Let me think with the North thing again. Twigs. Anybody that knows Twigs. Anybody in the music industry. You come to Cardi, whoever. Hold on, that makes too much noise. You know my right. Yeah. Just bring the Bible out. Bring the Bible out.
Yeah, I want to bring the Bible out.
I'll just hold the shoe out there. Yeah. In Jesus' name. Anybody in the music industry. Think about this. I'm going to make it really clear to y'all. Y'all got anything that y'all want to do? Fuck all this, Kim and the Kardashians and Hulu and Disney signed somehow, which we got lawyers for this, signed somehow to get the rights to my kid's name and likeness. You get what I'm saying? The people that, the grandmother that signed for the daughter to do the sex tape has the rights to the names and the likeness of my black children. That's who we're dealing with. And I bet not one celebrity say shit.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna say shit. They're gonna be like, oh man, I'm sorry about your cousin.
Right.
Oh man, the MAGA hat. But I'm saying my children, bro. You know what I'm saying? Rocky should say something, man. I called Trump and got that man out of prison, man. He's supposed to be making a diss record for them because it's just the mind. You get what I'm saying? It's the idea. Yeezy's an idea. We need to recontrol the idea. Y'all letting these white women run over me, the Don, with my kid with Northwest. Like literally, we sitting there when North played me the finished Twigs video. We was like, yo, what happened? When was this video? And North said that Kim said, oh, your dad'll see it. First of all, from a creative direction standpoint, who are better? I created the creative director.
Right.
So who's the better creative director? From a dad standpoint, I'm her daddy. So Twigs, you as a black woman that Me Too, Shia LaBeouf, all this shit, you a black woman, right? And you're gonna take my black daughter to Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, you telling me you ain't think she was corny 10 years ago? Twigs. All of y'all is lost. And they wanted y'all to get lost because they wanted y'all to lose me and me to lose y'all. But I ain't lost y'all. Because if I lost y'all, you wouldn't be watching me right now. It's room for everybody. I ain't got to be on stage all the time. It's like, you know what I mean? But then there is a king. There's a king, and I'm the king. I'm the king. It ain't... What are you doing?
I'm just updating you. Yeah, you're good.
I'm sorry, guys, if I was rambling because it was like throwing me off the way.
My bad.
The main thing I want to say, and I thought about this about 5 days ago, I was like, yo, Nas, you got to come back out here because I be thinking so much shit, I can't even tweet it fast enough. The main thing I want to say is Twigs, and anybody else, y'all think y'all getting any of my 4 black children on y'all shit without talking to me? Y'all gonna definitely hear from me. So either talk to me in the beginning and get my permission from my kids, or y'all gonna hear from me forever until you make it right. Now, Twigs, you gotta make it right. That beat was corny. OG Volta, that beat was corny. The song was corny. The video was corny. And it ain't going nowhere. There's certain people are built to be chefs. Some people are built to make music. Some people are built to be the pastor or something. Some people are the leaders. Some people are the soldiers. Some people are meant like, yo, I'm going to take this moment in life and I'm going to be the first to hit this beach and I'm going to die for what I believe in, whether it's the country, whatever the mission is. We all got a different mission. See, the way they got this shit organized, they got us playing out of position of what our mission is. And if you take people like Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture. Talk to him, and he would be more apt to repeat what was of value than to have to say something different. That's why on the album, I mentioned nitrous a bunch of times. I mentioned not seeing my kids a bunch of times. I mentioned being a cup a bunch of times. The cousin thing happens only one time because it was so hard. Pause, no homo, what the fuck you want to say, to really express that. I talked to him about that, him and the whole team at the office and shit in front of the big screen. So I sat down with Dave, I was like, man, this is what happened. And I love to just share the story because I felt so, I was traumatized by it because it wasn't like something, you a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just do what you see and then you're told that it's wrong afterwards. And then you're told it's wrong and then you're made to be embarrassed about what you did and you meant, or it's like, this is who you are for the rest of your life. That shit was like blocked out of my head for like 10 years. And I knew that once that it was expressed, because I had people around me that was like, yo, take it to your grave. It's like, so I knew that something would happen from that. So,
right.
The latest news is that Kanye is suing his former dentist for enabling a very unhealthy nitrous oxide habit, alleged to have been supplying him with $50,000 worth of surgical-sized tanks per month. Some are considering this a preemptive attempt to claim insanity or mental incapacities in case he's brought up in this upcoming Diddy trial, while others see it as just one more step in taking his power back. As usual, I encourage you to do your own research, use your discretion, and draw your own conclusions. You don't have to like Kanye, his unpredictable behavior, or his music, but he very obviously wants to protect his kids from being overexposed at a young age for a damn good reason, and he's risked being hospitalized for an indefinite amount of time, similar to Wendy Williams is now, to try and tell us about his experience with some of those orbiting celebrities who may have had bad intentions. He does have certain allegations against him, and so I'm in no way defending that, or claiming that any of this cancels out or minimizes that, but we gotta give some credit where credit's due. I'll be continuing my search for the common denominators of truth, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.